Summer's definitely here. The garage sales have slowed down, and between today and tomorrow, we're going to reach highs of near 100 degrees with high humidity, which makes it even better. But I did find some cool stuff over the weekend that we're going to take a look at, and we'll also take a look at some sales in one of the everything stores and the ephemera store because one piece sold for some really good money. Not a whole lot on the table. Like I said, sales kind of slow now that it's getting into the summer here, but there is this one really weird piece back here that looks like a motorcycle exhaust slash some sort of like potato launcher with a spark plug and this whatever that does, and then there's two tanks in the back, and I had no idea what this thing was when I bought it. Neither did the guy selling it. This was in the middle of nowhere, and he had this, on his lawn with a bunch of other random stuff. And he was asking 25. I offered him 20, and he took it. I said, "Just get it out of here." So this is some sort of chemical application device. It's like a fogger that runs on D batteries that go down there, and then there's like some sort of a gas motor because you also put gas in it. So whatever, I have no idea, but I did look it up quick once I got home because I had no service out there, and this thing sells new for over like $3,000. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get $3,000 for this. I'll probably get more along the lines of $200 to $300. It's missing some parts. I'm not going to get this thing up and running completely, so I'll just list it for parts are not working and send it down the road. But let me know if you ever found something this strange before. This thing's crazy looking. So I don't know. Hopefully I can get a little bit of money out of it. If not, it's going to look pretty cool displayed in the garage or maybe for a, I don't know, Halloween costume. Same house though, for $20, he had an older Coleman 200A lantern that I could not leave behind. Glass is intact. It's got the original. I'm pretty sure that's the correct Pyrex globe for it. It's got the taller vent on the top. Down the road at one house, everything was free, and I gave her money for it because I couldn't just take it for free. I'm pretty sure this is an Anchor Hocking little cruet here. I'm not sure exactly what that's worth. If I can find one, I'll put a comp up on the screen. And then this I picked up only because it was Japanese and it didn't have any cracks or anything. So I have no idea what this thing's worth either. But this was from the free pile that I gave her a couple of bucks for. And then she had a Derek Jeter bobblehead that I grabbed as well. Picked up a bunch of toys and still have not yet learned my lesson here of just saying, listen, can I just take everything in the tote? Because I have no idea what toys take what. I'm pretty sure this person here, this guy would have come with something else and would have made him worth a little bit more money. Same thing with one of these. And who knows, maybe this one too. And I thought this was older, but this is a newer He-Man piece from 2021. But there's some pieces in here that I've just never seen before. They were only a quarter each, so I grabbed them all. And now they're probably not worth nearly as much because I'm pretty sure I left all of the pieces behind that go to these little swords, little guns, or whatever they came with. But for a quarter a piece, I took a chance. And then same house, they had this for 25 cents. It's hard to see with that really dark painter's tape. This is called an iFootage Shark Slider Nano. I don't know what this is. It's some sort of a mounting plate for a camera. Looks like an angled mounting plate. It doesn't look like it was ever used, so I've never heard of this company before. But for 25 cents, I took a gamble on it, and I'll throw a comp up here on the screen as to what this thing is worth. Picked up this Casio watch here for only $5. And it doesn't look like it was ever worn. The box is a little trashed, but it's got all the original paperwork. Even came in this little bag right here. Obviously, it's going to need a battery, but it says Pathfinder. It says Pathfinder on the top and the bottom. Not familiar with this, but it's got a camouflage strap. And is the part number here somewhere? Maybe that's the part number. I'll put a comp up on the screen for this little watch. So for only $5 for a Casio, especially in this condition with the box, it was a no-brainer. Moving on to the Timberlands here. These were only $3, which is weird because they had other shoes there that were a lot more money. $50, $60 pairs of shoes and boots, but it said, or I think these were new. I mean, they look new. They're steel toe. Bottom looks really clean. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's got a little bit of creasing right there. I don't know if that's how they originally would have come or not, but they look almost brand new. I don't know if I'm going to list them as brand new because I'm not 100% sure. I'll probably list them as used and just say like only worn around the house or something because they're very, very clean. No clue what these are worth either, but for $3, I took a chance on the Timberlands. And then the last two pieces, these are brand new in the box. They were $20 a piece. I may have overpaid for these. It's from a company called Allstate Lighting Manufacturing Incorporated out of Worcester, Massachusetts. Two of these brand new. This is probably something that'll do a little bit better on Etsy, but if I can find any comps for this, I'll toss it up on the screen. But like I said, I think I may have overpaid for these. 40 bucks for the pair. Hopefully they're worth a little bit more than that. This piece came out of that church sale I went to not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure I have this in a previous video. It came in a box full of microphones and wires and cables, all sorts of stuff like that. And this was totally random to be in that box because it didn't fit with any of the stuff that was in there. I'm not familiar with it, so I looked it up, and it's some sort of percussion jam block that would be mounted near a drum set or something like that. And it just sold for $15 plus shipping. This cassette came out of the giant 2000 cassette buy that I made from, well, it came out of a former MCA employee's house. This is the Mary Jane Girls. This was formed by Rick James, this group here, in around 1981 to 82. And then in 1983, this album came out. And this cassette, not sealed, just sold for $9.95 plus shipping. This game here came out of a garage sale a few weeks ago. I picked up 2 GameCube games for only $5 a piece. This one's 1080 Avalanche. Complete in box, works great. It's in really good condition, and it just sold for $24.99 plus shipping. One of my last Nintendo Power magazines just sold. I've only got a few more of these left from that estate sale buy. This one's from July, August of 1989 and came with this bonus Super Mario Brothers 2 Super Power Tip Book Part 1. I had Part 2. I think that one already sold with the magazine that it originally came with. But this also came with this incredible RoboCop poster right here that's in really, really good shape. The whole set here just sold for $41.99 plus shipping. Moving on to the Ephemera store, there's a few good pieces going out today. Some really interesting stuff. One of them for a crazy amount of money. We'll start off with this postcard here from the Ship Lantern Inn. Unused postcard. This one here went for $4.99 plus shipping. The next piece, or pieces that sold, are all these little, well, they're actually called, I think they're called The Better Little Book. I got 12 of these that came out of an estate sale. They're from the 1940s. This one, 1945, Felix the Cat. I've also got Blondie, Papa Knows Best. We've got a Mickey Mouse, Bellboy Detective. We've got this one says all pictures comics on it. This one's Smokey Stover. And you've got Porky Pig and his gang. These are really cool looking. I almost, like I'd say about everything, almost wanted to keep these because they got a really good look to them. You've got Donald Duck. And then these are a different series here. There's actually doubles in here, so we'll only show one of each here. This one's Donald Duck, the Fabulous Diamond Fountain. There's 2 of those, and then there's also 2 of, this says Ghost Ship to Treasure Island. This is a Popeye book right here. And then the last that's a double, there's 2 of them from Tarzan, the Mark of the Red Hyena. And this lot of 12 sold for $40 plus shipping. Next pieces that sold here are one of them is 2 of them are actually very, very old. The first one we'll look at is from the E.H. Bowen and Company out of Louisville, Kentucky. This one's dated November 6th, 1899. Really good shape for its age. Really nice looking letterhead on the top of this one. This one sold for $13.29 plus shipping. The next sheet that sold is from the T. Briggs and Company, Lager and Ales out of Elmira, New York. Signed by the treasurer, April 29th, 1909. This one sat in the store since, I want to say, October, the end of October. So one of the earlier pieces that I listed in this store when I started it. This one just sold for $40 plus shipping. Moving on to the final and the best sale right here. I'm going to be careful with this one. This is a TV guide, and it is from April 3rd to the 9th. Do I have the year listed in here? 1953. Lucy's $50 million baby. It says $1 million baby in some copies or different magazines. It says $8 million baby $50 million baby in 1953, or 50, yeah, $50 million baby in 1953 is a little insane. Same house that had the little books that I just showed you had a pile of TV guides, and this is one of them that came out of it. It's in really good condition. It's a pretty rare piece. It was only 15 cents back in 1953. And this one here just sold for my full asking price of $379.99. All right, it's going to be a short video for today, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.